Hey guys, it's Pam. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Well, I'm posting an update because there was something that happened to me recently, and maybe I can get some content up around it. And I did want to resurrect the channel. I recently changed the name of my channel from Positively Pam to Simple Solo Living because I was going to make content about living alone and making the most of it and having a fulfilling single life. But something did happen to me recently that it's definitely not fun to be dealing with this on your own. So you can probably tell I've got a brace on today. That is because I did fall and I had a fracture almost 3 weeks ago. And before you think like, oh, you're getting older, did you lose your balance? Well, I did lose my balance, but it wasn't age related. What actually happened to me could have happened to anybody. So maybe this is a good like warning, especially for women that like to wear sandals or anything that have heels on them. So check your shoes, guys, and make sure that whatever you're wearing has really good traction, some kind of grip on the bottom. That was my biggest mistake. So we had recently had a couple of days of rain, and the parking lot to my apartment building was wet. Never thought it would be slippery though. And I was wearing. It was a Friday morning. I was walking to my car to go to work, and I was wearing sandals, and the sandals, the heels on them are like an inch and a half. They're not very high, and they're also like there's a platform like underneath the other part of the foot, so not very high. But they're like 2 years old, and they really didn't have a lot of traction on the bottom of them anyway. Now, I never had an issue with them before. I've worn them dozens of times on my lunchtime walks, during work, and worn them like everywhere. They're super comfortable. But something happened. I hit like a slippery spot because I remember I took a step with my right foot. I took a step with my left foot, and my left foot immediately just slid like it was on ice towards my right foot. And I just toppled over onto my left side, and there wasn't anything, it happened so fast, and there wasn't anything that I could have done to catch myself, to stop myself. And I mean, the shoe wasn't grabbing onto anything. Like it was just like it being on ice, not even pavement. I thought at some point some part of it would grab the pavement and stop, and that didn't happen. So I toppled over. I almost passed out from like the pain, and I felt my blood pressure drop. I had to sit there in the parking lot for a minute, catch my breath, kind of process what had happened. My face also, like this area here, which is pretty much cleared up, but I had a scrape. It was all scraped. It made impact with the ground. Also had a laceration that they had to close up at the hospital that was below my eyebrow. And the thing is, like, I'm actually really lucky and really grateful that that's all that happened, because I could have fallen backwards. I could have hit my head. I could have put my hand out to brace myself, in which case I would have broken my wrist. It could have been like so much worse. But as it is, I do have a couple of displaced bone fragments. It was the humeral head. It's called a proximal fracture. So it's the humeral head is that bone, that ball-shaped bone at the top of your upper arm, your humerus, that goes into your shoulder socket. And indeed, like when it happened, I thought my shoulder had been dislocated. I thought they were going to have to like pop it back in or whatever. They took x-rays, and those were so painful because they wanted me to hold my arm out a little bit, like away from my body. And it was extremely painful to even try to do that. But they managed to position me in a more comfortable way against the wall, and they were able to take the x-ray they needed. So I have two displaced bone fragments, and stupid me, I kind of was doing the conservative approach after I saw the orthosurgeon. Looking more and more though like I'm going to need surgery to get those pieces reattached, because what's happening is, first of all, this is gross, but any little movement I make with this arm, I can feel them or hear them like clicking and moving. And the other thing too is they're really going to like hinder my ability to lift my arm. They're like right in the way. I can totally tell. So I go back 2 weeks from today for another x-ray and I'll talk to him. I want to get the surgery done like ASAP and get it over and done with because the holidays are coming up. And, I've already been out on leave from work for 2.5 weeks and I want to get my life back. It's been a struggle. Um, this is one of those incidences where you don't appreciate sometimes, like your life can change in a split second. You just never know. And it's made me very aware of that. And like I said, I was lucky. I was lucky that I didn't fall backwards and hit my head and would be lying there for God knows how long before someone noticed. But it's also been a challenge to do this alone. This is definitely one of those incidences where being solo and living solo is not so much fun. I'm lucky in that I have my sister. She's been taking me to doctor's appointments. She picked me up from the hospital. And I have two really good friends to check in on me. And one of them took me grocery shopping last week. And that was a huge help, like to be able to not have to pay Instacart and shipped, and to just kind of do like pick my own stuff and do my own shop and have her help me carry the stuff up to my apartment, which I'm on the top floor, so kind of a challenge, but that was a huge help. So that's what's going on with me. I do want to get more content. I actually think what happened to me might provide some decent content. I managed to shampoo and dry my hair and style it the best I could this morning. I know it doesn't look that great. I know the roots are really bad. I was able, though, to bend my hair over in the sink, and that's how I like to wash it. Just comes out much better and much easier to comb out than doing it in the shower. I will get a cut, though, at some point, get like a proper haircut. There's a salon right down the street that I can go to and walk there. Yeah, so not a fun experience, but I am staying positive. The first thing I did the minute I got home was I started doing like healing meditations and positive affirmations. And the funny thing is, like, if it weren't for those bone pieces being in the way, I know this arm would be healing very nicely by now. I do have like really good range of motion in other ways. I've been doing like the pendulum exercises. It's just, if only those pieces hadn't broken off, I'd be returning to work pretty shortly. Thank God I have a good manager, and thank God I have a good company that I work for. And I had recently gotten a job title change, like a little promotion and a raise, like literally like weeks before this happened. So, well, I guess it comes right in time to pay for the deductible and any part of my insurance that's not covered. So that's what's going on with me. Drop me a comment. Let me know how you guys are. Hope everything's well with you. I'll give you guys an update. This is going to be interesting. It'll be an interesting journey. It's a long-term healing, but I'm ready to do it and I want to get my life back. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.